I just want to cite a couple of numbers from Heidrick Struggles that I cited in yesterday's session to Ursula's point. Last year, 44% of director seats on the Fortune 500 went to women, but that progress for people of color has been very disappointing. Only 10% of board seats went to Black people, 5% to Hispanics, and 8% to Asians and Asian Americans. Now, Ursula, I would predict, based on the reaction that you're talking about, that those numbers will go up. The racial diversity numbers will go up a lot in the next 2-3 years. Don't you expect that?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to just happen. The only reason why it's going to happen is because you, all of us on this call, and me, and people like us are not going to allow this game that's being played to continue to be played. When you speak about diversity, the comfort level first goes, oh, we'll get a white woman on. They're kind of comfortable. They're like my wife, my sister. That's I get it. By the way, I'm a woman too, so I like that. But it's a simple way out and helps to avoid one of the most difficult conversations we can have in this country. And we continue to avoid it. And I think that the way that you don't avoid it is to, when you're sitting there as a woman, Black or white or Asian or whatever, you ask about the rest of the people. You know, you have 9 people on the board, you're the woman, and you look around and you go, there are 8 men. What happened to the rest of the population? And I think we just have to continue to be, I say, relentless on this. Relentless on this topic, unforgiving, and ask the question. Why not? Why not? Why not? I was on a call the other day, I was doing something, and a person said, well, the men who own these seats are giving them up, and they are going to really feel troubled about that. I said, they own the seats. This is interesting, that there's this belief that they own these things and they have to give them to other people. It's just not the way it is. So I think, I'm on this all the time lately, but I just think we have to really stand for each other.
I think it's underscored boards' interest in having operating skills. Certainly people who have very senior level operating skills, health and wellness skills. We're definitely seeing an uptick in that. On the D&I front, it's actually been very, very important. And I think, one of the statistics that Patty didn't mention that was in our board monitor report last year is that 71% of the new directors were CEOs or CFOs. And when you have numbers like that, you are not going to diversify your boards, because that means 28% have to, bring diversity, because most of the others will not. And I really think we're seeing a big shift there, where boards are starting to say, bring me really great thinkers who, can work at a level of complexity and sophistication, but you can find that in any number of places. And I think, Ursula, you talked about that the other day to Broadsheet. You can find that at the head of a global NGO. You can find that in a rock star who's an operator at a very senior level in a great emerging high-performing company. There are a lot of ways to bring diversity into the table. And we are seeing more clients that are asking for that. I'd say the majority of our clients. And interestingly, to your point, Sue, we are seeing more clients now who are willing to select directors without meeting them. They're doing Zoom. And we are referencing even more than we ever did, and I think they're referencing as well, but they recognize this is a crisis. This is a moment when if they are serious about diversity, this is the moment to take it seriously and take those actions. And so I'm seeing more of that. And what I've seen over the years is boards, when they hold themselves accountable, then it happens. And one of the things we did about 2 years ago is we as a firm took a diversity pledge and said that half of our board slates would be diverse, whether our clients asked for it or not. And what happened, we found, is that 66% of our placements in the last 12 months have been diverse. And in part, it's because if you surface good people and boards are holding themselves accountable, they will add them to the board because they're good people and they add a lot of value.